What is up, Algebra 2? Welcome to Lesson 7.4. How do you solve equations with rational exponents? So, building off of what you did yesterday and the other day, solving square roots, now we have rational or fractional exponents. Check out number 1 already. So, solve each equation. N to the 5/4 is equal to 3/2. How in the world? Why are we Mr. Dvorsky? It's really not bad, guys, I promise, okay? So just remember a few different things, and you don't have to write this down, but you can think of n to the 5/4 as n, or the 4th root of n to the 5th, okay? Really, the way to tackle these is all about the reciprocals of the exponent. So, first, make sure that your funky exponent thing is by itself. So, always want to isolate that there. All right. If that's the case, the next step is just to multiply, or actually take the reciprocal power to both sides. Okay. So 5/4, its reciprocal is 4/5. So what this looks like is n to the 5/4. Its reciprocal power is 4/5, and it's going to equal 32 to the 4/5. All right, so that's what I mean by take each to the reciprocal. Now, what that does technically is that makes it n. 5 times 4 is 20 over 20. That just makes it n. So n now is equal to 32 to the 4/5. This is where, if you have a calculator, graphing calculator, or a regular calculator even, ask Google. 32, I would put it in parentheses, to the 4/5, also in parentheses, is equal to 16. Boom. That is it. Reciprocal power, plug it on in to your calculator. All right. So number 2 is just backwards. Oh, it's 4/5 again. So now, actually, we're going to take the reciprocal power, 5/4. 16 to the 5/4. A couple ways you could do this. You can think of, first off, what is 16 to the 5th. So you could type that into your calculator, or just in one fell swoop, type that in. So 16 to the 5/4. Yes, I did not put parentheses this time. It'll be okay because it's not a negative. So really, if that's a negative, be careful. But what did we end up with? Whoops. We ended up with 32. 32 is equal to x. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Number 3. So now we got a little bit more going on here, but it's going to be okay. All right. First off, so our parentheses, that's already taken care of. We can go ahead and raise each side to the 4/5. And yes, I know we're redundant here with 4/5 and such, but that's just the way the problem's working out. So 243 to the 4/5 is equal to 81. And by the way, if you don't have these printed out and you are doing these by hand, pause, write the problem down, and then get into it, okay? Don't feel like you have to go at the same exact speed that I am. That's why you can pause and go get a drink, pet your cat, your dog, whatever you need, and come on back. So now, that canceled out, the good stuff in the middle comes out. 81 times b, we're just going to divide by 81, and hey, lo and behold, b just ends up being 1. Okay, so don't let multiple steps scare you. Okay, here's a good one. Ooh, a negative exponent. We got some fractions. We got some addition. Here's a little doozy one. So 3/2, and it's negative. If you have that negative, okay, you want to raise each side to the opposite reciprocal power. So we want to raise it to -2/3. Okay, that way we end up with a +1 exponent on the left. So a negative just means include that in your expression. Now, the exponent stuff cancels. R plus 27 will come out equal to, and here is especially where it's useful to use your calculator. Yes, you could try and do it by hand and such, but use your calculator. 1 divided by 512, raise it to the -2/3. And notice all these things, I have it in a fraction. I have parentheses. Those little things will help your calculator. So that's equal to 64. Okay, might as well subtract 27 right from there. 64 minus 27, because we want to solve for r. And that just means our r is equal to 37. Boom, 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 boom. So a little bit more involved. Really nothing too taxing, I don't think. Just remember, negatives, throw in that negative square root. Okay, let's look at a few more here. Oh man, look at all these operations. But let's use everything we've talked about. So isolate the fractional exponent part. Opposite order of operations, so we'll subtract 3 from each side first. Divide each side by 3. So again, don't distribute when you have that exponent there. It's a trap, so don't do that. 2 minus b to the 1/3. All right, we're going to take the reciprocal power, so something that's not 4/5. So we're going to raise it to the 3rd, 3/1. Now, it's not multiplication, it's not 3 times 3, it's 3 to the 3rd power. 27, or if you just type in your calculators, 3, that's 3 to the 7th, whoops, 3 to the 3rd, 27, you get it there. So 27 is equal to 2 minus b. We can subtract 2. 25 is equal to -b, and that means positive b is -25. Okay. With these, you can always check. So not necessarily extraneous, but you can always check to see if you did it correctly by substituting it back in to the original equation. But I believe all these work out for you. I didn't throw extraneous possibilities into these. Okay. So last example. Go ahead, give it a try. So pause it here, write it down, think, okay, what do I got to do? I will run through it, so feel free to afterwards check, see if you got it right. You will be doing some practice problems in general, but go ahead, give it a shot. Calculators, again, you can be using regular old calculators, your phones even, if you have those. You should have those. -14 is what I got. I'm going to take the liberty to double check just to be sure. 167 equal to -5. And just to show you, 2 minus -14, 0.5. And if you are double checking, you can really put this whole thing right into your calculator. Just be careful I would put parentheses around absolutely everything you can. Check that out. Negative 167 equals negative 167. Should make you happy. All right, so that's it. 7-4. Try out the practice problems. Send a picture of what you got. And again, do your best and learn from the rest. Nice job, guys.